Cool.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back to Husker. I hardly know her. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Avryn.
We have a special guest with us this week.
No, you don't.
It is our dear friend from Drumline.
Yes.
Will Bauer.
Woo!
Hello.
Welcome,
Hold
Will.
on. I just got to shout out my friend real fast.
Oh, yeah.
His
No, go
name's
for it.
his name's Dylan Fusick.
Oh, awesome.
Is he a good friend?
He is a good friend of mine.
Should he be on the podcast sometime?
I don't know.
Is he a fan?
It sure sounds like he's a fan.
Ooh, okay, Dylan.
All right.
Looking for
So
your
I know.
appearance next.
So yeah. But shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out, Dylan.
Yep.
Shout out Dylan.
Awesome. Well, we have Will here with us today because we're talking all about the Huskers today. Hence the name of our podcast. We're getting into the Huskers. And
good.
I know we said this in the first episode, but the two of us are originally from Iowa. And
Yeesh. That's
we
rough.
we were not born and raised Huskers. So
We had to bring in a born and raised Husker.
we did.
Yep.
Will, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. I'm Will Bauer. I was born in Omaha, raised in Omaha, Lincoln's College. So I've been here.
What are you studying? What are you doing?
I'm a biology major on the pre-occupational therapy track. I'm applying to grad schools currently. Have been accepted to 2 of them, so
Woo!
we're at least going somewhere.
Exciting.
Got a couple interviews lined up here in this next month or so. So we're home stretch.
We're cooking.
We are cooking.
Good.
I don't know if it's grease or fire, but we're cooking with something.
That's
fair.
all that matters. It could be cool.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
It could be cool.
So, Will, you were born and raised
Mm-hmm.
here in Nebraska.
I've never left the state, actually.
You've never left?
No, that's not true.
Oh,
Why did I
wait a
believe
minute. Wait, I literally know of trips you've taken and I still win. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've never left the state. Nope. Never actually left Omaha or
You were
Lincoln.
chained.
Yeah, I've never left.
Once a Husker, forced to always be a Husker.
Yeah, if you're a Husker fan, you're legally not allowed to leave the vicinity of Lincoln.
You can never leave.
Once
Nope.
you're a Husker fan, you're actually not allowed to cheer for
But
anything
but
else.
that's actually kind of true with being a Husker fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're a Husker fan for life. You really can't get away from it, because there are times where I'm just like, I wish this wasn't my favorite team. And then 2 weeks later, or not even 2 weeks later, probably 2 days later, I'm like, well, we just got beat by Indiana, but I think we can beat Ohio State. I think we can do it. If we just do these few
Yeah.
things right, we can beat Ohio State.
It could happen.
And then I know I'm going to be like, we just lost to Ohio State, but I know we can
Yeah.
win our next game
Yep.
against UCLA.
It's have you seen the memes where it's Saturday it's oh my god, the world's ending, we're literally the worst team in the world, and Sunday it's well, I mean, we did a few things right, and then Monday is well, he spoke really good at the press conference, so we're gonna have a great week
True.
of practice, and then it just kind of keeps going, and then by Friday it's scourged by 90.
Yep.
And that's the mentality of being a Husker fan.
Scores
Yeah.
by 90.
Husker fans are the most hopeful people and the most passionate people I know. Coming into this school, I have never seen a more passionate group of fans in my life. When they say it's the greatest fans in college football, they're
It's
not
true.
kidding. It's true.
See, and what really sucks is, so not only am I a Husker fan, I'm also a Cubs fan.
I'm so sorry.
So
That's
so
tough.
not only so football, we've been struggling a little bit, and I'm not old enough to know the heyday of Husker football, but the Cubs got our year in 2016, but we've not been good since, and we're not good before it. I mean, so it's just a great combination of, I never get to see a winning team.
Perfect.
Yeah. I remember coming to my first game, and I was first off, the stadium is just crazy.
When was your first game?
My first Husker game was my first as a,
Okay.
college student
Okay.
drumline member. And I remember everyone always talks about how crazy pregame is, but we walked in and the stadium was already packed.
Yep.
And I was hold on, because I had attended a college football game before, but not very many people show up for the pregame or the band. So I was kind of
Yeah.
whoa, hold on. And that thing was packed of red, and I was oh, this is kind of cool. And then how loud they were, and how loud they cheer for the school songs, and I was just okay, this is insane. And I just remember it was a loud environment all day, and no matter, I don't remember if we won or lost that game. Yeah, 52-0. Fordham was our first game.
52-7, actually. Give them credit. Give them credit.
saw the 7 and said nothing. Getting to play like no place in one for that many touchdowns, I was just like, okay, go Huskers. I was like, this is the thing. And like the way that the fans are just so crazy is wild to me.
Yeah.
Because I've just never seen it.
Yeah. Well, I know. So my aunt and uncle have season tickets, and they'd sell a couple of them to us every year. But their seats are up in, what would it be, the northwest side of the stadium. So it's like you're kind of up there a ways. So like you kind of get the craziness of the fans, but at the same time, it's like a lot of, season ticket holders. So they'll, a lot of them are older. So it's just kind of like a more chill side of the stadium. But yeah, getting down like to be in the band, and then you're like right next to the student section.
Talk about diehard Husker fans.
They go hard.
It's wild.
I cannot believe that some of them, like, we have band rehearses 6 hours before game time.
Yeah.
And we'll get done. How long is that rehearsal? 2 hours. So usually like 4 hours before game time. Yeah. There are people like students lining up 4 hours ahead of time, and that's where I'm just like, good on you.
Yeah.
For real.
Like, I couldn't do it.
And like just to be in the front of the student section too, because honestly, there's like not a bad seat in Memorial. From anywhere you sit, it's a good spot. And so like the fact that people are just lining up to be in front just so they can like scream and yell and be really in that environment is so crazy.
And like you said, truly the greatest fans in college football. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. Did you like grow up going to Husker games too, like even when you were a kid?
Yeah, I would say so. It was like we'd try to get to one a year. Sometimes that wouldn't happen. The earliest game that I remember going to, I think we played South Dakota State, and I think that's when I was introduced to curse words for the first time, because we were like, it was a game that we should have just blown them out, but we weren't. Yeah. And then people were not too happy around me. So my dad had to kind of introduce the fact that, there's certain words we don't say.
Right.
These being some of them. Also, there's this thing called alcohol that people sneak into these games. We shouldn't do that either.
There's a life lesson day.
Yeah, it was great. And then I think it was a night game, so then it's just like amplifies everything. So it was an experience.
Yeah.
But the first Husker game I remember watching, just like in general, was that 2009 championship game, the Big 12 championship game, where Ndamukong Suh took over and like literally made Colt McCoy his child. That was like my first like, oh my gosh, that's the team I want to root for the rest of my life. And then I think I might have heard some swear words that day too, but I don't remember that.
That's fair.
Because it was not a great ending.
I went demonic. I'm sorry. That's fair.
That's fair.
I'm trying to think of other favorite parts about being a Husker.
Volleyball.
We're a volleyball school.
Yeah, let's talk about volleyball. Have you been to a volleyball game?
I've not, which is like, I'm kind of sad that I haven't been to one, but it's one of those where it's like, it's in the fall.
Yeah.
With band and
football
classes.
They're also like sometimes on weeknights, and I feel like I need to pay attention to the schedule more, because I'll always be like, oh, there's a volleyball game today.
And the fact that they are consistently sold out, and like that is also one that students will line up for like hours beforehand to get in, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to sit in the student section because I don't want to show up 4 hours before the game.
That's fair.
So then it's like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a ticket, and it's like, oh, you got $500?
Yeah.
Standing room only.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So you got 500. Oh.
I wish they would play in Pinnacle Bank Arena, because
they're playing in one next year.
Next year?
Good.
Or at least it's been reported.
Really?
At least it's been reported that it's in the works to play in there next year, because so it was like, there was 2 volleyball teams that just played in the Big Ten that they played. I think it was Purdue that they played in their basketball arena, and there was like 14,000 some odd fans there, and that broke the Big Ten like volleyball attendance record, like with 2 Big Ten teams going against each other.
Gotcha.
So that's their record now, and there was some article that was like, John Cook went out and was like, that's not their record.
We could be
That's our record.
Yeah.
So then they're going to try and put one in Pinnacle to have like 15+ thousand people.
We got the fantastic opportunity to all be a part of the world record breaking volleyball game in Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And
they
that
had-
might have been the coolest thing I've done.
Now, what wasn't cool is the fact that they like shoved all 300 marching band members
In that corner.
into
A
a
single
section that
corner.
like probably should have only held like 100, and then
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
we had to
tough.
carry drums in there, and then like nobody really knew where we should go,
No.
and they
No.
were like, "How are we getting drums?" And we're like,
Well,
"I don't know. They're on the other side of the stadium," and we're just
Yep.
like, "Well, we got like 10 minutes till game time, and we need to figure this out." So that was fun.
We played maybe like 3 times during
Yep.
the whole time.
Yep.
But like we got to be part of the record for free. So
Free
that
ticket.
was awesome.
I can't complain.
yeah.
That
Free
was
ticket.
as annoying as some of the logistics were. It was mind blowing to get to just like experience.
then
Like
to
obviously
get-
the game was fine, or like we were great, but like getting to just like experience that in that stadium packed full of people.
Yeah.
And I
The-
was just like,
And then the drone show.
Then the
was
drone
it the
show.
first time the drone show? I think it was, right?
Because then they incorporated it
Into the
into the
football
night
games.
games at
So
football games.
first time
yeah.
with the drone show.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Scotty McCreery concert
True,
afterwards.
that was fun.
True. Yeah, there was 92,003
Yeah.
people.
3.
92,003.
Do not forget the 3. It's important.
in Memorial Stadium.
Which is insane.
Insane. That's
Yep.
so many people. So awesome.
love
I hope they do
Memorial.
that again, because people would show up. Like if they did another volleyball day.
It would be so cool if they did like a full like tournament and like invited the like top 3 or 4 teams in the country to do
Yeah.
that. Like do it when the Nebraska weather's nice, because it gets not nice very quickly.
True.
But like I would be it would be so cool to see how many people would show up for that, because I can guarantee you there'd probably be even more than 92,000 people if it was
Yeah.
like Nebraska v Pitt or Texas. That would be a pretty cool matchup.
That would be. Oh,
I'm getting trauma from Nebraska
That'd
v
be
Texas. That
I
was
know.
sad.
That was bad.
I told myself at the beginning of this season, I was like, I'm gonna save up money, and if we go to the Natties again, I'm gonna go.
Yep.
And do I have any money? No, but like,
Am I still gonna
I
go?
just want to
I'm gonna
go. I really want to go.
It's the same with like if we go to a bowl game this year.
Yeah.
But good news is they've told us that if the football team makes a bowl game, the band's going.
They've told us.
They've
They've
told
And
us.
now it's on a podcast that they have told us.
So they have to do it.
You have to.
I did it for you.
I did it for you. You have to.
So yeah, hopefully we go somewhere warm.
That would be
Like
so nice.
I'll be happy with going anywhere, but if we got to go to Detroit in December,
I would
And
shed
then-
at least a tear or two.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
that'd be
then
tough.
there's other people that are like, oh, we're going to Florida. We're going to Texas. I need to get through these next 2 months, and then like winter break.
A breeze.
That'll be
So
awesome.
great. And then like maybe a bowl game.
Manifesting in this space. We are manifesting a bowl game.
Knock on wood, because the band started chanting.
That made me so
They started
mad.
chanting.
And I was like, shut up.
I was like,
And then we
"You
lost the
guys
next one. It's their
obviously
fault."
don't understand superstitions.
Yeah.
Because you don't say something like that
Yeah.
and not knock on wood afterwards.
Yep.
Super unrelated. But what's your favorite stadium food?
You've got to say runza.
Okay.
Because
Whoa,
a
okay.
stadium runza is so good. The problem is,
Can I counteract with like a stadium runza hits when it's cold?
that's
Yeah.
what I was just about to say.
Oh, okay, good.
Like the fact that they advertise it in the stadium as a hand warmer.
Yeah.
Like,
Edible hand
when
warmer.
when it is cold, you got to go get a runza.
Yep.
But I don't know, when it's hot, it's like I don't know, any food. Like when it's a 2:30 game in August and it's like you're sitting in the sun and you're baking,
Nope.
not
The runza is the last thing I want.
Yeah, but also like pizza doesn't sound good.
Nope.
The Valentino's pizza is still pretty solid though. When it's cold, not when it's hot.
Not when it's hot.
Well, when the temperature is cold. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
outside if the pizza's
The
cold,
pizza's got to be
concerning.
hot.
Pizza's got to be hot. Yeah.
No matter what.
Avryn and I are die-hard red hot dog
I've
fans.
been loving the
See,
stadium
and
hot dogs.
I won't disagree that red hot dogs are so good.
I don't know what it is. Recently,
Every game.
and mostly this year, I don't know what it is. Like I've had one in past years. I'm like, yeah, this is nice. But like this year, I fiend over them.
Me too.
Like if
I look forward to my fourth quarter hot dog.
if I don't get one, I'm like,
What was the point?
Yeah. No, red hot
That's it.
dogs are phenomenal. Like I will not discredit a red hot dog.
They kind of look like an intestine,
They look terrifying.
but like
But I mean,
you
aren't
have
all hot
to eat
dogs?
it.
I mean, when you think
Yeah.
about it,
yeah, great
It's
point.
just like the extra red color kind of makes it a little freaky, but that does not discourage me. Mm-mm.
They've also recently started selling Nerds gummy clusters. And buying, I don't know how much they are because other people have bought them for me. Shut up, Mom.
Shout out.
shout out Gabby's mom.
Shout out Gabby's mom.
Always
She
shout
bakes,
out Gabby's
she
mom.
bakes cookies for the drumline pretty much every game day.
Just
I
about
mean,
every
it has been this year. Pretty much every game day.
Yeah.
And they're fire.
And she totally doesn't ever have to do that, but
No, but she's awesome.
she surprises us every time.
It's really sweet, honestly. It's one of my favorite parts of being a Husker is my mom's cookies.
Angela, we love you. Never
Um,
forget it.
My favorite moment, I'm going to expose her a little bit here, was one of the last game days. She was like, do I need to make cookies for this weekend? And I was like, no, like take a weekend off. Like you've been making them every single game. Like those 4 home games that we had straight, she was making cookies every game. I was like, girl, take a break. You're good. You're good. Like we don't need them. It's just nice. And she was like, I don't want to disappoint anyone. And I was like, Mom. I was like, no one is going to be disappointed if you don't bring cookies. They are like extra excited when you bring cookies. They're not going to be disappointed. They're just going to look forward to the next time they get them.
Exactly.
So that was really funny. And I love my mom that she cares about the Nebraska drumline so much.
Yeah.
Speaking of other foods the Nebraska drumline gets, can we talk about cereal-a-thon real fast?
Cereal-a-thon. We
One of
haven't
my-
gotten to do it this
I know.
year.
I was gonna say
Oh.
we have a 2:30 game left, and then we don't know when that Wisconsin game is. Are we in jeopardy of breaking the cereal-a-thon streak?
We might just have to
I
do it
don't wanna-
regardless
Do we
of
need
the
to explain
time.
cereal-a-thon real fast though?
Yes.
Hi, podcast. So the UNL drumline likes to do this tradition called cereal-a-thon. And how it normally works is at an 11 a.m. kickoff game.
When we have to be there at 5:30 in the morning.
But by the time game day rehearsal gets done, it's like 7:30ish, and we have like a little bit of downtime usually where we have to eat meals before we put our uniforms on and go do our like pregame rituals. People bring different milk options. Some people bring bowls, spoons.
You eat cereal with a fork, right?
Do you eat your cereal with a fork or a spoon? Comment down below.
I actually eat mine with a knife. Just like I live on the edge like
I
that.
feel like that'd be
Maybe
really
a
awesome for like Fruit Loops.
stabbing Fruit Loops.
Or with like a skewer. Like you just
Like
line them
fondue?
up.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sorry, we need to get back to cereal-a-thon.
Anyways, and the rest of us bring different cereal options.
What's your favorite cereal?
I love Cocoa Pebbles.
Just say it. What do you got?
My go-to is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay, solid.
But I also have recently rediscovered my love for Golden Grams.
Ooh.
Okay.
Those are good.
so
Because they're like
good.
sweet, but they're not too sweet.
Yeah. Definitely Lucky Charms guy.
Oh, yeah, those
good.
Lucky
marshmallows.
Charms
Do
are
you
good.
eat the cereal first and then leave the marshmallows, or do you eat it all at the same time?
I think I eat a good mix of them to start off with.
Okay, yeah.
And then like once I get down to like where it's like the last few bites, definitely leave the marshmallows for last.
Yeah.
Pretty
So I
much
guess it's just we eat cereal together
before
and
game day.
call
Yeah.
it like it's some ritual. But it's been
It's
going
fun,
on
though.
for a long time.
It predates us, I'm
Yeah.
fairly certain.
Well, yeah, because I had someone, we had like posted a video of us doing it on our Instagram story. And someone from the line from like 2007, 2008 had like commented and he goes, yes, cereal-a-thon. And I was like,
Aw, that's so cool.
what? One of the Husker game traditions for us on a drumline side of things is Sheldon Lot
Yeah.
is our drumline warm-up time
Yeah.
where
Hour and a half before game day, you better be there, be square.
in front of Sheldon Art Museum. It is our time to quick warm up our hands again after our little break, and we play all of our lot tunes, which is kind of more of a show for the audience and our parents and our fans. We have so many fans. It actually genuinely shocks me. Consistently, I've been in it. This is our 4th year, and it still shocks me how many people show up for our Sheldon Lots. And I know, like, we are old. Like, I know most of them are family, but even still, the amount of people who like just come to watch makes me so happy. We have a cadence that we play every Sheldon Lot. Dutch Boy Jerry.
What does the B stand for in bow body?
Business.
Bow body's our other cadence, sorry.
But we have this thing called Do the Josh. And
Oh, I forgot that's how we were getting onto this.
but it is a moment where the tenors are doing their cute little squat up in front, and the cymbals get to jump over their drums.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, and we have a lot of cool photos from it, and the audience eats it up every single time.
Yeah, you should go look up a video if you want to see.
Yep.
But we got the Do the Josh was named after a guy named Josh in the cymbal line years and years and years ago, and there was one game where happened to be standing on the sideline before.
I think it was halftime.
Yeah. And all of a sudden this guy was like, yeah, cymbals. And we're like, yeah. We have fans. We do that all the time. Yeah. There's that one security guard that just like loves the cymbals. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, dude. But he was like, yeah, my name's Josh. And we like paused and we went. Like as in Josh and Do the Josh. And he goes, yeah. And we all go, Josh. Oh my God. And it was just one where we were like, everything's full circle. We have met the king, you know. Yep. And it was just like, it warms my heart that like these traditions last for so long. It's so
Husker
awesome.
traditions.
Husker traditions.
To round out a very long segment, Husker traditions.
Husker traditions are my fave.
For real.
So march down.
We form a little line in front of the music building-ish area, and we march down to the stadium. We play Dutch by Jerry. We play whatever our cadence is that year. We play band song, and then we play Hail.
Hail Varsity.
Hail Varsity.
Yeah, Marchdown is super fun because it's like right after Sheldon Lot, and the whole band finally gets together after playing through all the shows. And then, we just like march down all the cadences, and there are people lining the sidewalk all the way to the stadium. Like, they could be in their seats at that point, but they're lining the sidewalk, like just watching us. And whenever we play our cadences, the band has like cheers that go along with it and little dances, and so everybody's hyped up going to the game. We're all excited to go, and then like everybody on the sidelines is either taking videos or they're cheering along. I know there's this one kid who's always wearing like a CMB uniform, like
sweatshirt kid. I love the tuba kid.
And he's like dressed up. He loves the CMB so much. We just have so many fans, and that I feel like that really contributes to the environment too.
We're really famous.
Speaking of some Husker traditions, one that's a little controversial is the balloons in football games.
Yeah.
I know I struggle with my stance on this a little bit because
it's so cool.
It's so cool.
Really cool.
It's so cool.
It's so beautiful to watch.
The tradition is that everybody gets a balloon when they walk into the stadium, and then after the first touchdown, the first Husker touchdown, everybody lets their balloons go and they just fly out of the stadium. But that's it's like the Nebraska staple. Like in the Big Ten commercial,
the balloons fly up.
The balloons fly up.
But then you have issues with getting the helium for all the balloons, and then there's also the ecological.
Where the balloons go once they float out of the stadium.
The environment.
Yeah, I don't love that part, but
it's really cool to watch when you're in the stadium.
And I hate saying that, but it's like, you know, like that touchdown happens, you're playing no place, when you look up and it's just like a gorgeous little sea of sky of red balloons, and you're like, life has never been better.
Would you recommend being a Husker fan?
Yes and no, because you're going to be part of one of the greatest fan bases in college football. And you will have a family wherever you go. I love, if I ever travel somewhere and, like, I'm wearing a Husker sweatshirt, you can bet your ass that you're going to find somebody that's also wearing a Husker sweatshirt, and they're going to be like, go Big Red. You're going to say, go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
The Go Big Reds in public, not in Lincoln, are my favorite thing in the world. I've had a few in the horrid state of Iowa. I have worn Nebraska gear because I'm a proud Husker fan now.
Oh, me too.
And there's been a few times where people are like, oh my gosh, go, like, it's almost like you're finding like
you found
an ally,
a diamond in the cave you were mining in.
True.
Minecraft. Shout out Minecraft.
Shout out Minecraft.
But they're like, go Big Red, and you're like, yeah, dude, go Big Red.
Hey,
so like
go Big Red.
That aspect is something that I absolutely love about Nebraska. Now, it seems like lately there's been a lot of disappointments with some sports teams. I'll just say in general.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking, and it hurts your heart because you're like, I want them to win, but they didn't. But then, like 2 days later, like I said, you're fine. You're like, we're gonna win the Natty.
Yeah.
Scurs by 90.
Husker fans are the most loyal fans in college football. I swear.
We'll be mad in the moment, but we don't mean it.
We always come back. It's amazing.
Well, we don't always come back. Sometimes.
Well,
a lot of the times we don't come back.
We try. We as fans come back to our team.
True.
Yeah, and that's what matters.
And every day we'll come back and we'll support him. Let's run through our shout outs quick. Dylan Fusick, shout out.
Fusick.
Hopefully, maybe a guest one day.
Yeah,
We'll see.
We'll contact.
He should contact us.
No, he should. Yeah, that's true. He should contact
can
us
reach out.
if he's a fan.
Okay, fans need to contact you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reach out to them. They're pretty cool.
Thanks.
But so shout out Dylan.
Shout out
Gabby's mom was
Mhm.
next.
Yep. Shout out Dutch Boy.
Shout out Dutch
Yes.
Boy. Shout out
And
Jerry.
Jerry. And
Shout out
Shout out
Bo.
Bo Body.
Shout out UNL Drumline.
Yep.
UNL Drumline.
Shout out Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Shout out Minecraft. And shout out Skurs.
Shout out Skurs.
For
That's
the
great.
bones.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, Will, thank you so much for coming on to the pod
You guys are
today.
so welcome.
I'm so glad we had you here as a
Yeah.
born and raised Husker.
Yeah, thanks for kidnapping me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Anytime, truly. As always, thanks for listening.
That's how we're gonna end it.
I can cut all of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you from the podcast.
Please. Just like how I should cut myself from the UNL.
Yeah.
Drumline.
Yes. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram, as always. And we will see you back here